You want to win? Good. Because I was built by winners. And I'm not talking about the ones born with silver spoons or perfect plans. I'm talking about the ones who showed up even when they were scared. The ones who bet on themselves when no one else would. The ones who looked failure in the eye and said, I'll be back. That's what a confident mindset does. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Because here's the truth most folks won't say out loud. Mindset is everything. Not money, not luck, not talent. Confidence, real, earned confidence, is what separates the people who talk about changing the world from the people who actually do it. Let's break it down. Confidence doesn't mean you never feel doubt. It means you've built a belief in yourself strong enough to keep going through doubt. You think the farmers who faced the Dust Bowl weren't terrified? You think the soldiers storming beaches in World War II didn't have fear in their veins? Of course they did. But they had something bigger. Conviction. They believed in something beyond their circumstances. They believed that struggle wasn't the end. It was the beginning of greatness. That's where true confidence comes from. Not noise, not pride, but grit. Representatives doing the hard thing over and over until your own brain starts believing you're unstoppable. Now don't get it twisted. Confidence is not arrogance. Arrogance says, I'm better than everyone else. Confidence says, I don't need to be better than anyone, just better than who I was yesterday. Arrogance needs to prove something. Confidence already knows. And I'll be real with you. This country's seen too much arrogance lately, from folks who talk big and deliver small. But I've also seen quiet warriors rising, entrepreneurs building in their garages, mothers raising future leaders, veterans mentoring kids who need structure. That's the kind of confidence I want more of. The quiet, unshakable kind. The kind that doesn't yell because it's too busy working. Now let's get real practical. This ain't just feel-good talk. Science backs this up. Studies show confident people take more risks, calculated ones. They recover faster from setbacks. They speak up when it counts. And they attract more trust, opportunity, and leadership roles. Why? Because people follow belief. People follow clarity. People follow someone who knows who they are. And guess what? You can train this. Confidence is a muscle. You build it by doing hard things on purpose, by keeping your word to yourself, by showing up when nobody claps, nobody watches, and nobody cares. Yet, let's get tactical. You want to win like the greats? Here's how. 1. Keep promises to yourself. Every time you say, I'll wake up early, or I'll stop scrolling, and you do it, you send a message to your brain, I can trust me. That's confidence. 2. Speak like a winner. Cut the self-deprecating jokes. Stop saying, I'm not good at. Say, I'm learning. Say, I'm growing. Speak life. 3. Visualize like it's already yours. Champions rehearse success before it ever happens. They see it, feel it, expect it. That's not fantasy, that's psychology. 4. Surround yourself with builders, not doubters. Confidence is contagious. So is insecurity. Get around people who speak possibility, who think big, who push you higher. 5. Fail forward. Don't fear failure. Fear regret. Confidence comes from falling 99 times and getting up 100. You only lose when you quit. Let me tell you something as the land that raised you. I've seen your ancestors fight through impossible odds. I've watched dreamers land on the moon. I've heard voices rise out of silence and change the law of the land. And now I'm looking at you. You, sitting there wondering if you've got what it takes. You do. But I can't want it more than you do. You've got to choose it. Every morning you wake up, you have a decision to make. Will I live today with intention? Or will I drift? Because confident people don't wait for motivation. They show up with discipline. They move with vision. They lead with purpose. That's who I need right now. Not more critics. Not more complainers. But builders. Believers. Bold minds. Let me remind you what kind of soil you were planted in. This land didn't birth quitters. This land didn't reward fear. It grew because of people who believed they could make tomorrow better than today. That's the American mindset. And it's yours to carry. Confidence isn't loud, but it's powerful. It's what moves mountains, launches businesses, changes families. And in case no one told you lately, you're allowed to think big. You're allowed to want more. You're allowed to lead. So stop waiting for permission. I've already given it to you. Let's look at a few of your fellow Americans who understood this truth. Harriet Tubman led hundreds to freedom, armed with nothing but faith and courage. Elon Musk risked everything he had, not once, but twice. Kept showing up. J.K. Rowling rejected 12 times before Harry Potter got picked up. Colonel Sanders, over 60 when he started KFC. Confidence doesn't have an age limit. It's not about where you start. It's about what you believe when no one else believes it yet. That's confidence. That's the American way. Now to the young ones watching. Listen close. The world's going to try to make you small, to play it safe, to sit down and be quiet. But I'm telling you now, don't you dare. Be bold. Be loud. Be kind. Be relentless. Because when you move with confidence, others follow. When you believe in your voice, the world listens. I need you strong. I need you awake. I need you walking with your head held high, not from arrogance, but from awareness. Awareness of who you are. So here's my challenge. Starting today, speak like someone who believes in the future. Walk like someone who has purpose. Act like someone who knows victory is not given, it's earned. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need approval to build something massive. You just need one thing, a confident mindset. Because confident mindsets always win. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually, always. And I'll be right behind you, cheering you on. Because I'm America, and I believe in you. So go. Take that first step. Speak up in the meeting. Stand up when others sit back. Be the one who raises their hand when no one else does. Take the shot others are too scared to take. Build what no one else sees yet. Dream what they say is too much. You were never meant to play small. You come from revolutionaries, from rebels, from builders, from people who crossed oceans and deserts with nothing but belief. They didn't wait for certainty. They moved with courage. And so can you. When the world doubts you, remember this voice. When you fall short, remember this spirit. When your back's against the wall, remember this truth. You were made to rise. You were made to lead. You were made to win. Not by chance, but by choice. And I'll be right here. Your land, your roots, your fire, whispering through every storm. You've got this. So when fear knocks, don't answer with hesitation. Answer with faith. Faith in your work. Faith in your calling. Faith in the journey, even when it's uphill. You weren't born for sidelines. You were born for battlefields, of the mind, of the heart, of the soul. You were born to lead quietly, fiercely, without apology. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more purpose, more builders, more believers, people who don't just talk change, they live it. If you stumble, don't stay down. If you're rejected, don't fold. Every great American story has a moment where it almost didn't happen, but they kept going. So must you. Because confidence isn't about always knowing the way. It's about trusting that you'll figure it out, step by step. And if no one ever told you this before, I'm telling you now, you're enough. You're capable. And you are not alone. I'm still here. I've got your back. I'm America. And your best chapter hasn't even been written yet. So pick up the pen and write the story you were born to live. Not the one written for you. Not the one fear whispers to you. But the one courage dares you to chase. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. You were never meant to blend. You were built to blaze trails. The greatest leaders didn't start with crowds. They started with conviction. They walked alone before others followed. So if you're walking alone right now, keep walking. You're paving something sacred. Every no you've heard, fuel. Every door that slammed, redirection. Every fall, training. Don't let the world shrink your spirit. Don't let setbacks shrink your vision. Don't let time trick you into thinking you're too late. You're not. You're right on time. This moment, right now, is still yours to claim.